Good to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham, joined alongside meteorologist Michelle Boss. And some folks are baking in the hot sun while others are really dodging some thunderstorms. So, Michelle, tell us what can we expect for the rest of the week? And are we still going to be putting up with some warm weather?
Fortunately, we are looking at less thunderstorm activity, but we're going to have a continuation of those hot temperatures. Let's go right to Storm Tracker 2 satellite and radar. And most of Washington stayed dry today, except for far northeastern Washington. Had a few thunder showers down towards Pomeroy. We did have a little bit of thunderstorm activity that put quite a bit of heavy rain down in that area. But as you can see right now, most of the activity is pushed east into the Idaho Panhandle, and even as it is, it's diminishing. Though if you were on the area lakes across North Idaho, seen quite a bit of thunderstorm activity across Priest Lake, Lake Pend Oreille, and I think even Coeur d'Alene Lake got some wet weather today. Further south, you can see those thunderstorms over Pomeroy diminishing, and from the Silver Valley on southward to the Palouse, most of the thunderstorm activity kind of waning right now. Things will be quieting down for the rest of the evening. Temperatures pretty warm just about everywhere. 84 in Spokane, 81 in Coeur d'Alene. Some rain cooled air in Sandpoint, only 70 degrees there, so kind of refreshing, but pretty hot in Omak. 86 into the 90s in Moses Lake. Here's a look at the next 12 hours as temperatures here locally fall down into the 70s by 10 o'clock with clear skies overnight. We'll be waking up to plenty of sunshine and mild temperatures tomorrow morning. And it will be another hot day with 80s and 90s across the region. 85 here in Spokane, but a cooling trend as we get into next week. High temperatures right around 80 on Monday and then back into the 70s by Tuesday.
Probably has most people wanting to get outside, and a great way to do so is to take advantage of the free fishing weekend in Idaho and Washington. Starting June 8th, people can actually fish at local lakes and rivers without needing a license. That's pretty cool. Washington's Department of Fish and Wildlife is offering free fishing on June 8th and 9th, and Idaho's Department of Fish and Game is offering free fishing on June 8th as well. Both states still require you to follow fishing regulations, of course. Well, health officials and air quality specialists are urging people to prepare for what could be another smoky summer. They say smoky skies could become the new normal as hotter, drier summers spark more wildfires. Wildfire smoke can cause a range of health problems, from burning eyes and runny nose to more serious symptoms for people with heart and lung disease. Specific masks and respirators will work better than a bandana to block smoke particles. Stores sold out, though, of the proper respirator mask last year, so really right now might be a good time to stock up. Today marked the start of graduation weekend for students at Gonzaga Prep. Hundreds gathered for the baccalaureate ceremony today, but finishing high school wasn't the only thing that was great for many of them. 13 students are walking across the stage as Eagle Scouts. KREM 2 Shayna Waldtower tells us what's so special about this number.
Yeah, it's one thing to graduate high school, but then it's another to do it as an Eagle Scout. And this weekend, several Eagles are soaring out of the class of 2019.
Just being able to work and reach that goal, and then also along with graduating, is just fantastic.
Typically, Gonzaga Prep doesn't allow its students to wear cords from outside organizations to graduation. But this year, it made an exception. Today and tomorrow, several of these students are wearing red, white, and blue cords over their gowns, showing that they've earned the honor of becoming an Eagle Scout. Those who are a part of the organization know how much work stands behind this cord, from working up the ranks to earning badges and completing a service project. Last year, only about 6% of Boy Scouts became Eagle Scouts, so it's not often you find 13 of them in the same graduating class.
It's great to see the numbers as high as they are, and a lot of them are some of my really good friends, so it's been great hanging out with them.
And most of them are from completely different troops, so it's just been a lot of individual work.
We've been working towards this for the past 4 years and for our whole life, and to have the accomplishment of being an Eagle Scout and graduating, it's just a big weekend for us.
It's a commitment that began well before high school.
We went to Arizona, all the way just to get a merit badge.
Richard Brown says he's always had school and Boy Scouts on his mind, and now he's getting his diploma. But he's also received all 137 merit badges.
It was a lifetime goal of mine ever since I was a very little kid, and I asked my scoutmaster if I could do it. He said maybe, and I was like, I'm gonna do it.
And becoming an Eagle Scout, graduating high school, and receiving all of the badges has made for a weekend he says will be pretty hard to top.
Be an Eagle Scout, to get all the merit badges, there were 3 huge goals of mine accomplished within a very short time frame. It's like I'm overwhelmed with all these goals that I've accomplished, and it feels really good.
In Spokane, Shayna Waltower, KREM 2 News.
What an accomplishment. Congratulations to them. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is searching for a woman who has not been seen in at least a week. 24-year-old Arezu Kashifai was last seen on May 25th when she dropped off her kids at daycare. Neither she nor her husband returned to pick them up that day, and attempts to contact them have been unsuccessful. On May 28th, the Sheriff's Office says her husband bought a single one-way ticket out of the country. The Sheriff's Office is still searching for her white 2014 Toyota Sienna. If you've seen Kashifai, her car, or have any information on her location, you're asked to call Crime Check at the number there on your screen. Well, this is really a bizarre story. Imagine this, having your car stolen, then realizing the person driving in front of you is using it. That's exactly what happened to one man. He spotted his stolen car on North Division last night. Spokane police arrested 2 people for possession of drugs and a stolen vehicle. Officers pulled the car over on Spokane Falls Boulevard and detained 3 people. Officers recovered meth, heroin, and counterfeit money. Officers also found a stolen handgun from Seattle 2 years ago. Police arrested 2 people, but not the female driver. The 2 suspects were arrested for possession of a controlled substance, possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Grant County deputies arrested a 38-year-old Robert Gwynn. They say he evaded them twice after pursuing him on his motorcycle and on foot. Well, after they initially contacted the suspect, he took off and deputies had to end the chase because of public safety concerns. But it didn't end there. They found the suspect again at Lee and Stanley in the Cascade Valley. Gwynn was spotted at about 5:30 p.m. He lost control of his motorcycle trying to evade deputies and ended up crashing. He continued to run from them on foot, but was eventually caught and arrested. The Grant County Sheriff says the community helped locate the suspect by calling in several tips. Still ahead, just weeks of issuing tariffs on Chinese imports, President Trump is now threatening to slap tariffs on Mexico if they don't tighten up border security. We'll tell you how that could impact your wallet when we come back.